guys, it's Tam. I hope you're having a wonderful, 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 spectacular day, night, wherever you are. Guys, today I am going to do a little bit of close whispers, and I'm going to pitch in some semi-inaudible as well as inaudible whispers. I'm going to be reading the very first chapter in Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland, the 1865 edition by Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll. Alice in Wonderland is absolutely one of my most favorite childhood books. I have read this over and over and over. I have seen all adaptations of this book in movie form. I just absolutely love them. It brings back a cozy time in my life. So I hope you will enjoy this. This is mainly for background. Maybe for you to doze off too. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can sit back, or lay down and relax and listen to this wonderful, wonderful story. Guys, I am sorry I have to wear my readers in order to read this, so hopefully the reflection is not too bad. I am hoping that I keep it below this ring light so it doesn't interfere with the ambiance. Anyways, let me go ahead and get started. This is just a fabulous, fabulous book. Okay, we are doing chapter 1, which is Down the Rabbit Hole. And remember, I'm doing whispers, semi-inaudible, inaudible. So I hope you enjoy it. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures or conversations? So she was considering in her own mind. Once she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. What if the pleasure of making a daisy chain would be worth the trouble? Getting up and picking up the daisy when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. There was nothing so very remarkable in that, nor did Alice think it so very much out of the way to hear a rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be late." When she thought it afterwards, it occurred to her that you might have watched it, but at the time it seemed quite natural for one rabbit to take one out of its waist pocket, looked at it, and then hurried on. Alice started to her feet, for it flashed across her mind. She had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a watch to take out of it. Burning with curiosity, she ran quickly for it just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hedge, and another moment down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was going to get out again. The rabbit hole was way down like a tunnel for some way, and it dipped down suddenly so that Alice had not a moment to think. Deep down a well. Either the well was very deep, or she fell very slowly, for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her and wonder what was going to happen next. First she tried to look down and make out what she was going to do, but it was too dark to see anything. And she looked at the sides of the well and noticed they were filled with cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there she saw maps and pictures hung upon pegs. She took down a jar from one of the shelves as she passed. It was labeled orange marmalade. Orange marmalade. But to her great disappointment, it was empty. She did not like to drop the jar for fear of letting somebody, so managed to put it into one of the cupboards as she fell past it. Well, thought Helen, after such a fall as this, I think nothing of tumbling down the stairs. How brave they'll think of me at home. Why, I won't say anything about it, even if I fell on the double house, which is very likely began again. I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it'll seem to come out among people and walk with our heads downward. She tried to courtesy. She spoke fancy courtesy as you're falling through the air. Do you think you can manage it? And what an ignorant little girl she'll think me for asking. No, it'll never do to ask. Perhaps I shall see it written up somewhere. Down, down, down. There was nothing else to do, so Alice soon began talking again. Dinah'll miss me very much tonight, I should think. Dinah was the cat. I hope they'll remember her saucer of milk at tea time, tea time, tea time, tea time. Dinah, my dear, I wish you were down here with me. There are no mice in the air, but I'm afraid. There are no mice in the air, I'm afraid, but you might catch a bat, and that's very much like a mouse, you know. But do cats eat bats, I wonder? And here Alex began to get really answer the question. Walking hand in hand with Dinah, trying to say very earnestly, "Now, Dinah, tell me the truth. Do you ever eat a bat?" When suddenly, thump, thump, down she came upon a heap of sticks and dry leaves, and the fall was over. Alice was not hurt a bit, and she jumped on her feet in a moment. She looked up, but it was dark overhead. Before another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it as she turned the corner. Oh, my ears are whiskers, how late it's getting. She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all around, but they looked locked. And when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon the little three-legged table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it except for a tiny golden key, and Alice was that it might belong to one of the doors of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too large or the key was too small. But at any rate, it would not open any of them. However, on the second time around, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed, and behind it was a door about 15 inches in height. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fitted. Alice opened the door and found it led to a small passage, not much larger than a rattle. She knelt down and looked along the passage to the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about among those beds of bright flowers, the cool fountains, but she couldn't even get her head through the doorway. And even if my head would go through, thought poor Alice, it would be very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could if I only knew how to begin. For you see, so many out-of-the-way things happen lately that Alice began to think that very few things indeed were really impossible. There seemed to be no use in waiting by the little doors. She went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or at any rate, a book of rules for shutting people up like telescopes. This time she found a little bottle on it, which certainly was not here before, and Alice said, the round neck of the bottle had a paper label with the words "Drink Me" beautifully printed on it in large letters. It was very well to say "Drink Me," but little wise Alice was not going to do that in a hurry. No, I'll look first, she said, and see whether it's marked poison or not. For she had read several nice little histories about children who had got burnt, eaten up by wild beasts, and other pleasant things, all because they would not remember the simple rules their friends had taught them, such as that a red-hot poker will burn you if you hold it too long. If you cut your finger deeply with a knife, it usually bleeds, and she had never forgotten that if you drink too much from a bottle. Cherry, tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. She very soon finished it off. What a curious feeling, said Alice. I must be shutting up like a telescope. And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high, and her face brightened up at the thought she was now the right size for going through that little door into that lovely garden. First, however, she waited a few minutes to see if she was going to shrink any further. She felt a little nervous about this, for it might end, you know, said Alice to herself. It might going out altogether like a candle. I wonder what it should be like then. And she tried to fancy what the flame of a candle is like after the candle is blown out, for she could not remember ever having seen such a thing. After a while, finding the and when she had tired herself out with trying, the poor little thing sat down and cried. Come, there's no use in crying like that, said Alice to herself rather sharply. I advise you to leave off this minute. She generally gave herself very good advice, though she very seldom followed it. Sooner I fell in the little glass box that was lying under the table. She opened it and found a very small cake on which the words "Eat me" were beautifully marked in currants. Well, I'll eat it, said Alice, and if it makes me grow larger I can reach the key, and if it makes me grow smaller I can creep under the door, so either way I'm going to get into the garden. I don't care which happens. She ate a little bit and said anxiously to herself, which way? Which way? Holding her hand to top of her head to feel which way was going, she was quite surprised to find she remained. That generally happens when one eats cake, but Alex had gotten to the way of expecting nothing but down the way things happened, that it seemed quite dull and super for life to go on a common way. So she set to work, and very soon finished off the cake. That is the end of chapter 1. Guys, I hope you liked this little rendition of reading one chapter. Whispered reading. Whispered, whispered, whispered. A little bit of semi-inaudible and a little bit of inaudible reading. To me, this kind of reading completely relaxes me. Relaxes me. It puts me into such a state of relaxation that typically it does not take too long for me to conk out. So that is my hope for you today. I will see how you guys like this, and if you guys like it, if the majority of you guys like it, I will continue on another time with chapter 2. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a playlist so that you can just play all on the playlist, and that'll read the whole book eventually. I love it, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys have a safe, wonderful rest of your weekend. I can't wait to see you guys again. Please click subscribe, and that little tiny notification bell that helps you be the first to see my next video when it comes out. I hope you guys can stay safe and positive. Remember to treat yourself well. Take care of yourself, pamper yourself,